Alright guys, so we're doing vocabulary for chapter 3. This is 3.1, lines and angles. And the first thing we're going to talk about is a transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at different points. So a transversal is basically just a line, such as this one, transversal T, and it is intersecting two other lines that are in the same plane. That's why they're coplanar, so line A and line B, okay? And all of chapter 3 is going to be based on this type of layout. We're going to be looking at a transversal that can intersect two or more. So sometimes we might have 3 lines that it intersects. All right, our next one is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are 2 angles that occupy corresponding position. Now, if you have about 4 different color pens or markers, I would highly recommend color coding. This is why. So, corresponding angles. I went ahead and I color coded mine. So, angle 1 and angle 5 are considered corresponding angles because they're in corresponding spots. Angle 4 and angle 8, they are corresponding angles because they're in corresponding spots. Angle 2 and angle 6, they are corresponding angles because they are also in corresponding spots. And then lastly, angles 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles, 3 and 7, because they are also in corresponding spots. So those are what we call corresponding angles, and we'll talk about these in class. Okay? Now if you turn your paper over, it's a little, I think it got copied upside down, but it's okay. Your next set of words are going to be consecutive interior angles. 2 angles that lie between 2 lines on the same side of the transversal. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So this is our transversal right here. It's this line, okay? And we're looking at angles that are on the same side of the transversal on the inside. So for example, angle 4 and angle 5, those would be consecutive interior angles like they're inside the 2 lines. You see how angle 4 and angle 5 are inside the 2 lines, and they are on the same side of the transversal. They're both on the left side of the transversal. The same thing can be said for angles 3 and angle 6. They are inside the 2 parallel lines. Okay, you see how they're in the inside, and they're also on the same side of the transversal. They're on the right side of the transversal. So we would call those consecutive interior angles. All right. Same side exterior angles. 2 angles that lie outside the 2 lines on the same side of the transversal. So we would say that angle 1 and angle 8 are same side exterior angles. They're on the same side of the transversal. That's this line right here. So they're on the left side, but they're on the outside of the 2 parallel lines. So this would be considered the inside, where angle 4 and angle 5 are. So angle 1 and angle 8 are on the exterior. They're on the outside. And then the same thing, angle 2 and angle 7 are what we call same side exterior angles. So they're on the same side of the transversal, and they're on the exterior of these 2 parallel lines. Okay? All right, last. We have alternate interior angles. So 2 angles that lie between 2 lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So here we are. We say that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. So angle 4 and angle 6, they're inside these 2 parallel lines, okay? And they're on opposite sides of the transversal. You see how angle 4 is on the left side of the transversal, and angle 6 is on the right side of the transversal. The same thing with angle 3 and angle 5. Those are alternate interior angles. So they're on the inside of the 2 parallel lines, and they are on opposite sides of the transversal. Angle 5 is on the left side of the transversal, and angle 3 is on the right side. And again, the transversal would be this line right here. That's the transversal. Okay? All right, next we have alternate exterior angles. Two angles that lie outside two lines on opposite sides of the transversal. So we take a look here. So again, we have keyword here, exterior. So we're looking at the angles that are outside the parallel lines. So angles 4, 3, 5, and 6, those would be interior angles. Angles 1, 2, 8, and 7 would be exterior angles. And they are alternate, so that means that they're on the outside but on opposite sides of the transversal. Again, our transversal would be this line right here. So angle 1 and angle 7 are both exterior angles because they're outside this parallel lines. And they're also on opposite sides of the transversal. One's on the left side, this one would be on the right side. Same thing with angle 2 and angle 8. They are on the outside of these parallel lines, and they are on opposite sides of this transversal. And that's what alternate exterior angles look like. I would definitely color code these. That will help you, and we'll talk more about them tomorrow. Okay, goodbye.